Hey, what's up everyone? So in my last video I compared the Inspire HR to the Inspire 2 and you guys found that pretty useful. So I wanted to this week go into a little comparison of the Charge 4 versus the Inspire 2, my experience with the two, and what might be best for you. Now before I get into the comparison, I just want to let you guys know that I do have a giveaway this week. I'm giving away this brand new Inspire 2. I will kind of leave the information for that at the end of the video. I'll try to use the little tabs below so you can quickly find it if you want. And let's say we'll pick a winner 1 month from today. So April 20th. Nice. Anyways, getting into the review. If you've seen any of my previous Fitbit related content, then you probably know a little bit about my ownership history. If you're new here, then first of all, welcome to the channel. And to give you a little brief background, I used to have the Charge 2, which I had for a year, and then I switched to the Charge 3, and then I switched to the Inspire HR, tried the Charge 4, and then currently my tracker of choice is the Inspire 2. I'm a long-term Fitbit user. I like kind of the data they provide, and I think they do overall make pretty good products. My first recommendation, doesn't matter which one of these you're getting, you should absolutely get a screen protector. My old Charge 3 is pretty scuffed up. My Inspire HR has terrible scratches on the front from a biking spill I took. So finally I learned, and in my Inspire 2 I put a little screen protector. It was like $10 and you can barely notice it's there, and it works great and definitely protects the screen very well. So I can't highly recommend getting one of those enough. Now looking at the specs a little bit, the Inspire 2 had some very subtle changes from the Inspire HR. Some of them a little better, like the battery life. So I'll leave a link to that review between these two up here. But today we're talking about the Inspire 2 and the Charge 4. Now physically they are a little bit different, the Inspire 2 being much thinner and a little bit lighter than the Charge 4. The bands are also a little bit different, the way they attach and whatnot, but overall on the wrist they feel, I'd say, relatively similar. The Inspire 2 is about 3/4 of the weight of the Charge 4. So I measured it in at about 21 grams and 28 grams for the Charge 4. Now that small amount of weight difference is probably not really something you can notice on your wrist. What you will feel different is the actual physical aspects of it. Now, if I turn them to the side like this, you'll see that the Inspire 2 is very kind of curved and has a pleasing rounded corner there, whereas the Charge 4 has a very jagged corner there. And that is a little bit annoying. When I wore my Charge 3 and Charge 4, which are physically basically the same, it could always kind of dig in, if you're bending your arm a little too much, or if you end up sleeping and using sleep tracking and rest your head on it by accident, it can be a little rough sometimes. The Inspire 2 wins a little bit on that front. It's just more comfortable, it's lighter. I hardly ever notice that it's there. The Charge 4, I would occasionally be reminded that it's a little bulkier and on my wrist and has these jagged corners. So this, if you're just looking for something for like simple tracking and something you want to forget on your wrist, the Inspire 2 makes a pretty strong case for that. Now looking at the buttons, the old Charge 2 and the Inspire HR have these physical buttons on the side that you can press. The Inspire 2 and Charge 4, which is essentially their new lineup, has completely moved away from that. And they have these kind of capacitive buttons. You probably can't hear, but it makes a vibrating sound. Same here. And while yes, they do provide a little bit of physical / haptic feedback, I think I do prefer the old system, unfortunately. But that being said, it's obviously better for things like waterproofing and does make a little bit of a sleeker design. Quick note on the straps, the Charge 4, Charge 3 straps are interchangeable. The Inspire 2 and the Inspire HR straps are also interchangeable, although they are very minorly different. They do kind of interface with each other, and that's kind of due to the rounded corners on the Inspire versus the less rounded ones on the Inspire HR. Now, battery life is definitely a big topic here, and probably, let's be honest, if you're looking at a fitness tracker, most smartwatches can do the same things as these, but smartwatches you have to charge either every day, every other day, or every couple days. Now, these are devices that both maintain at least a week of charge, and the Charge 4, little caveat on that with the GPS, it's rated for about 7 days, and you can definitely get that if you're just using it regularly. If you use the GPS, I will link to my previous video up here, that if you are using the GPS, you'll have significant battery drain here, and that can make you have to charge it much more frequently. So that's something you should note. The battery life on the Inspire 2 is amazing. Now, it's rated at 10 days. I have actually gotten more than that sometimes. I don't really have many push notifications on it, so that probably contributes to it a little bit. But I've honestly gotten like 12 days sometimes. I've almost gotten up to 2 weeks, which is amazing. It's to the point where sometimes I look on my wrist to check the battery life because I'm like, does this thing need a charge yet? It's been forever. And I think that is probably why I use this as my daily driver. Also, going back to the comfort side of things, that's another big reason. But the battery life's insane on the 2. 7 days with this, very good. But you should note, if you are using GPS, it's going to drain it pretty fast. And I did a test in my Charge 4 video where you can look, it drained about like 23% battery life in a 3-mile bike ride. So, not great, but depending how you use it, it could be. If we're looking at just the chargers now, it's kind of a mess. So the Inspire HR charger is different than the Inspire 2 charger. The Inspire 2 charger is different than the Charge 4 charger. It's like Fitbit needs to just figure this out. They need to switch to wireless charging or have one little magnetic pin dock like this one that just charges the device. They all have 3 pins on them. There's no reason they should all have different chargers. Or just do wireless charging. Simple solution. The Charge 4 charger is kind of this clip-in interface, and you can hear it there where it actually snags in. It's, it's a little bit bulkier, but it works fine. The Inspire 2 charger is switched from the magnetic one on the Inspire HR, and now it does a little kind of clip-in, so you'll hear it here. The Inspire HR had a pretty short cable. This one, good length, not as long as the Charge 4 cable. Should note the Charge 4 and the Charge 3 also have different chargers. They're denoted by a little gray thing on the stem here, and because the Charge 4 is thicker, it will not work with the Charge 3 charger, in case you are upgrading from the Charge 3, just FYI. Now, looking at the features, it's pretty safe to say that the Inspire 2 is way more basic, right? So it can get your push notifications, your call notifications, but it does have a little bit of a smaller screen, so less readability on it. The Charge 4 now has the GPS I talked about, which can be great if you want to leave your phone at home. It also has Spotify music control, which still has to be linked to your phone, so that could be improved. Maybe have some offline music onto your device. Now, this does have Fitbit Pay inside of it, which is, I think, kind of cool. I do appreciate them adding more of these standalone features that are really compelling to make this like a one and done kind of device where you can just carry this out, kind of just have this, have your GPS tracking, have Fitbit Pay. The music I mentioned would be a nice thing to add to have it be more standalone. But so, yeah, this is way more feature rich. If you're going to be looking at notifications more, you should probably get this because it's a bigger screen and just a little more user friendly. But then again, if notifications is the only thing you're getting this for, then like the Versa or the Sense options they have are probably better, or even a dedicated smartwatch. Remember, the main thing for these is just activity tracking and sleep tracking. And that is the main reason I recommend these, if those two are of interest to you. So to kind of wrap up the two of these, if you're going to get either of them, definitely get a screen protector. That should be like day one purchase with it. Now, I personally, as I've mentioned, I use the Inspire 2 as my daily driver, and I used to use the Charge 3. I tried the Charge 4, but I had similar screen issues to my Charge 3, which I've done videos about, and there's just something with this screen that I fully just can't recommend. I've had so many issues with it and have been stranded with, no replacement option because I was out of warranty or something like that. So I think that if you need the GPS standalone feature, then this is a good option, and maybe get a extended warranty of some sort. But personally, I will be sticking with the 2. I am looking forwards to the 5 though, because I think if they can add more standalone features, if they put a new screen in it and maybe fix this design a little bit, then it's something that I would, in a heartbeat, switch to. Because I do like Fitbit, I do like their products. I think they've been improving them over time. As I've been a long-time user, I've seen the improvements. Like I mentioned, I think the Inspire 2 is a better option if you just want activity and fitness tracking. But if you do need the GPS, then this is your obvious choice. Alright guys, so that's just a little summary about these two. I did an Inspire HR versus Inspire 2 video, so I figured I'd compare it to the Charge lineup as well, as I do have a lot of experience with that. Now, getting back to the giveaway, which is probably why some of you are even here, this is a brand new black, Inspire 2. So all you have to do to enter into this giveaway is just subscribe to the channel, hit the little notification bell, and follow my Twitter, where I sometimes post my new reviews or thoughts about tech products, and then follow my Instagram, which is not really active right now, but I do intend to kind of use that going forward. So I'll put links to those, and good luck in the raffle, and thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.